This is a 2013 Toyota Camry with a V6 gasoline engine. And this red one here is the Toyota Camry Hybrid, which consists of a 4-cylinder engine and a very powerful battery pack, which we will be looking at the second half of this video. Now we'll go back to the V6 car so we'll get an overview of the basic Camry itself. Then we'll come back to the hybrid. Now the base Camry has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine putting out 178 horsepower, rated at 25 to 35 miles per gallon. You have 0 to 60 in approximately 8.5 seconds. This car had the 3.5 liter V6 putting out 268 horsepower, rated at 21 to 31 miles per gallon with an average of 25, which is basically what I've been getting. 0 to 60 times around 6.5 seconds. On paper, the interior of the Camry is very nice. All controls are very simple to use, easy to see. The seats are very comfortable and there's lots of room in the rear where I'm sitting. The gauge cluster gives a good visual on all the information that you need. The medium-sized glove box has enough room. The navigation system is easy to use. The only negative thing about the cabin are some of the cheap plastic parts we might find, but you really won't notice it unless you get the black interior. The slider shade doesn't show it as much. But overall, I give it about 95% plus. One minor beef I have, if you're looking at this picture at a certain angle, you'll see that the dash is reflecting in the windshield at certain times of the day, which is rather annoying, but it doesn't happen all the time. Just something I'm mentioning. In general driving, the steering is very quick and responsive. Decent feel for a luxury car. The brake pedal feels very firm and the brakes are responsive as well. The acceleration of the V6 is very strong. Those good brakes again. The overall handling is very good, but this is not a sports sedan. You'll be taking corners at 60 miles per hour in a 50 mile per hour zone. However, the payoff is the suspension is very comfortable and great for long trips. And the car is very quiet too. This is where the Camry really shines, these long trips to and from work on the expressway. As I stated earlier, the car is very quiet. You have a powerful engine, good fuel economy. And this one was loaded up with all the goodies, so I've got a nice stereo and other features to play with. If you do a lot of driving and want something that lasts a while and doesn't break down, the Camrys should be on the top of your list. It's a very reliable car. Now, the base price of a 4-cylinder Camry runs around $23,000, which is a pretty good deal. This particular one was loaded up with just about everything: leather, sunroof, navigation, etc. So at $34,120. But you think that's expensive? Wait, let's see the next one coming up. If you're looking for a solid transportation car with few flaws, this is it. A very nice car. Now we'll take a look at this nice red Camry Hybrid. Now, a lot of consumers are under the impression that owning a hybrid is strictly about getting better gas mileage. Not necessarily true. Actually, it's about getting better engine performance with gas mileage as a bonus. For example, let's take this 2-liter engine putting out 178 horsepower. Now, normally if you wanted to increase the power, a manufacturer will put on a turbocharger. Unfortunately, that would cost you around $3,000 to $4,000 in cost. Turbochargers use premium fuel, so it raises your fuel costs. And if you use that power quite often, your gas mileage might actually decrease. Now, if we replace the turbo with an electric motor, it's going to cost about the same, $3,000 to $4,000. But as a bonus, you can use regular unleaded fuel instead of premium, Number two, the basic engine is going to do less work, so your fuel economy is going to go up 20 to 50% depending on what you're comparing it with, which is the case of this hybrid here. Now in terms of raw horsepower, there's not a dramatic increase from 178 to 200, but where you do get an increase is massive loads of torque at low RPM. On the drag strip, the hybrid is not going to beat the V6, but a 0 to 60 time of 7.4 seconds versus 6.4 seconds is pretty darn close, and in low speed driving around town under 40 miles per hour, you're not going to notice much difference. Like so. I might mention the brakes on the hybrid are far more sensitive than ones on the V6 car. Far more responsive. I like them. This car has plenty of pickup, and I don't miss the V6. Now, of course, you're interested in the gas mileage since this is a hybrid. On the V6 car, I was getting around 20 in the city, 25 in mixed. This car has pretty much the same power, and I've been driving pretty sporty. I was getting 30 in heavy city traffic, and as you can see here, just under 33 in mixed driving. By comparison, the four-cylinder car without the hybrid was getting around 24 to 25 in heavy city traffic, around 29 to 30 in mixed. Pretty close, but nowhere near the power. Now on the window sticker it says 40 miles per gallon in the city and 38 on the highway. So tomorrow we're going to do some highway driving and see what we get in the real world. Okay, it's been 2 days. I did take this out on the freeway today, cruising around 65 to 75 miles per hour with the cruise control on. I actually got 37 plus miles per gallon, which was very good. I was surprised. I also added around 50 miles of city driving when I came back into town for a total of 36.3. Pretty good. The base price of the four-cylinder Camry runs around $23,000. If you want to upgrade to the V6, it'll set you back approximately $4,500 and is a far better car. But this four-cylinder hybrid offers pretty much the same performance, far better mileage, it doesn't cost any more, and for me I think it's actually a better deal. It would be my choice of the three. As a rule, I don't care for hybrid cars in general, but I did like this Camry Hybrid in particular. Overall, it's a very nice car. This is not your sister's Prius. Now, as far as that 40 miles per gallon rating that's on the EPA sticker, I didn't come quite close to that. I'm told by hybrid drivers that if you drive like grandma, keeping your foot off the gas pedal and keeping the speed limit under 10 miles per hour, you can come pretty close. However, doing so clogs up traffic and causes a lot of irritable reactions from other drivers and road ragers. I just don't drive like that, but I have no complaints about the gas mileage on this vehicle. It does very well for its size, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Give you a lift? Guess not. I agree.